Hello.
Of course, it's normal. There's never any Dell sounds. Good morning, Scribbler. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Let's go with a lamp. With bells. What else do I want? I don't want this. I want that. Grab one of those. Better? Yeah. I tend to live on mute. One of the first things I do when I log out is I mute the mic so that when I go into another person's stream, if my stream itself hasn't auto-ended yet, then you guys won't hear me or the other streamer in the background. All right. He's
Oh, hello
Scrubber's
there.
not the one sideways. Dell's the one who's sideways today. And Scrub is indeed first here. All right. So I'm just putzing around in a test world. Need to build some redstone for the inside of the fortune teller thing on DC's Java server. But I am very unfamiliar with redstone, so I'm going to dirk my way through it and just see how it goes. I'm going to need, let's see, I'm just trying to figure out what I've got. So dust, rails, regular rails, clearly. That over here. And I guess I need a hopper. I can always grab that later, actually. Yeah, do that later. But we're going to need a block. So let's go with... I'm going to try and color code this. So I'm going to start with... Let's see what we've got. So blue terracotta will make our frame. Then we can come back in for a better build block. So we've only got an 18 by 18 cube to work with. So might as well start by marking that out. Because the whole thing is 20 blocks wide. And then I had a 1 block buffer on every side, so that makes everything 18 by the time we're done. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, did I make it bigger? No. Think about that for a second. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. 2, 3, 4, 5. 15, 16, 17, 18. Now the reason I haven't done it bigger is because on the next block out, on each side, that's where the wall is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. So really, within this 18 by 18 block is where all the redstone has to fit, and that's fine. Well, thank you very much for being my biggest fan as well, Scrublord. I appreciate that. Why I'm shifting in creative, I don't get it. Pure habit, I suppose. Let's go over here. I'm not used to creative flight, because normally this is just my camera that does that. Oops. Come on. I'm not used to having speed or excess materials. It feels weird to be in creative, actually. Last time I was in creative, I was building magic props, which, yeah, totally different stuff. I probably don't need to build the whole box, but it's more a mental space because then I can frame it in my head a little bit better. Now, as you guys had heard, our family is going for a trip this week, and we're flying out Thursday night. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave the Java server work unfinished, because we'd be away for 2.5 weeks. And I don't know how well I'll have my feet under me for the week when we get back. So that's part of why I wanted to get this figured out, at least in advance. Not bad for guessing. All right. This world has structures turned on. I think it might have mobs turned on. But yeah, Trader's funny. Like, what do I need anything from you for? Oops. Come on down. So we're just about done this box. Then we can derp around with lots of redstone inside it. Now as I said, I've read about a lot of what these components do. I've done some super basic redstone that did not involve a lot of these pieces. So I don't really have any clue what I'm up to. Which means I'm open to any and all suggestions and will science things, if that makes any sense. Okay, first off, I need to decide which is a front. Let's go with yellow wool will do. Let's see, ballparking. Gonna guess that one. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not bad. Okay. So that'll be our front. I'm just gonna go with, say, let's go gray. That's kind of innocuous. Oh, I know what I needed. The chest isn't important right now. It is redstone. This one. So I'm needing to end with a dispenser. I might even be able to hide that. We'll see how this goes. Yes, we're working on the mechanics of the mechanism for the inside of the thing. Yeah. And frankly, I'm freaked out. Oops, sorry, guess everybody else deserves the hydrate too. Let me just see, is it coffee today? Let hydrate to... There we go.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
Yeah, I don't like working with redstone. It makes me very nervous. I don't know about complexity, it's just looking like a fool, in all honesty. That's the big thing. Bells are not important. You have to feed a hopper with a thing. Fantastic. Yeah, what I'm probably gonna try. Doesn't really matter for now. Let's go with it. Oh, heavy weighted. Stone pressure plate? Sure. This is kind of a marker to begin with. Oops. Okay, we need... I can't remember what I was doing the last time I tried this out, so yeah, we'll have to go... Oop, not that one. Go with it. So, as I understand it, activator rails do things to the cart on top, but the detector rails have the cart do things to other items. Let's see, I need a junk block, right. What can we do with this? Good morning, B Silver Bee. How are you? Good to see you. I'm sorry for getting sort of hyper-focused there. Trying to figure out how I want to get stuff. Come on, this is creative. Let's go. So let's say, hypothetically, I'm going to have it. Oops. Chest in. Let's try there. You just got home from a 3-week vacation late last night. Where to? I'm quite curious. Thank you very much, Scrub Lord. Oh, I just had another hydrate. Sorry about that, guys. Here.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
So my brain is thinking this is the front of the unit. There's our lovely, well, dude, except much bigger, up top. And then this is actually representing the inside, so really all this frame is actually one block in from the real thing. So I can make some of this a little bit longer. What I'm trying to do, see if I can figure out how I want to get things from a minecart into a hopper. Creatively. It doesn't even have to be up here. Like, I mean, it could just be a single layer, but it's more the thought of it. I'm kind of just working it out as I go. Because there's a lot about redstone I don't know, so I'm trying to learn it as I go as well. Okay, so let's see. First thing I'm going to start with, trying to figure out which end to think about this from. Like to think it from the bottom and work it backwards, or think it from the top. I remember too, because I did some a big farm where I had redstone that had things sit, and it didn't actually power the rail until the cart was empty. But that's not going to work here because the dispenser doesn't get empty. Okay. I'm also not used to creative, so it feels really, really weird. Blocks. Go backwards. And glass for sanity's sake. Where is my brain? Just doesn't want to go. Natural blocks, color blocks. Glass is not natural, right? Right. Okay, cool. Building blocks. As I said, I haven't been in creative in like forever. There we go, that'll work. What did I do with? Okay. Come on, think about it aloud. Let's see. Went to Oregon to stay or visit with your aunt and family. Ooh. I learned how to play table mahjong. I went to music and line dancing and gained yummy food. Had fantastic food. Yes, that's what it is. We're going with that. Okay. No. This way then. So the stuff, everything has to get up here. Go the other way, but that's alright. Okay. And in theory I'd have a cart that somehow pops up here and then doesn't get triggered till a button is pressed. It doesn't want to work today. Seriously. Right. Yes, okay. Fine. And I think I need solid? I think. Something transmissible? I'm trying to take those out because I don't know what they do yet. If I don't have that, then I hit this. It doesn't know what to do. But that, it goes that way. Perfect. Alright. How it gets up there is a mystery. So if I have regular rail there, well, that's not going to work either. First things first. Where did I put? Swanky very kindly sent me a simple loop, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember it. I thought I had it in my head, but I certainly cannot. No such thing as yummy food. Okay. Basically, what I'm going to do is build pretty much what he sent me and then backtrack it towards some of the ideas I had, because the sketch was similar, but mine was worse. Didn't make any sense. Right, okay, so far so good. And we can always modify for different heights afterwards. Ooh. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny you should say that. For our vacation, I'm borrowing Fantastic Sherlock Fox's Microsoft Surface tablet, in addition to taking my iPad so that I can actually play either version of Minecraft while we're away. So I totally understand the want to play. Should be enough to get around the corner. And then he's got a detector rail here to make it do something interesting. Let's just, where'd the light go? Why can I not see that? It's right under my nose and I can't see it. There we go. See, it was under my nose. Alright, so then we had the light just to do something fun. In his version, he's got a note block, which is fine, but I don't really want to spend the diamonds on that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if we can get some more going out of here. But I had my laptop and played just a little Stardew, but I felt guilty about playing while visiting family. Yeah. One of the reasons I don't mind taking some of this stuff to play a little bit while we're out there is partly that because I stream now, that people are a little bit more used to it. But the other thing is that our family has not seen our kids in a very long time. Which means that at some point in the day, they're going to need a break from the kids. I mean, hey, I do. You know? So, I'm hoping this will work. So if we have stuff available for them to do, read or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went long, whatever. So then that people can actually get a break from them. So, truth be told, my father-in-law hasn't met my son since my son was pre-toddler. The point where like he fit in an Easter basket, a very large Easter basket, but still. And then and has never actually met my daughter. And my daughter just turned 10. So it's been a while, which means that he could probably use a break from them after a while. Great guy. But, yeah. Don't know if the kids are going to drive him insane or not. Not bad kids in any way, shape, or form. Strange enough, they're actually probably better behaved than quite a number of kids. That's coming from my scouting experience. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. I needed a 5th one, actually. Blink. I wanted 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but a 5th one. But I don't know. If the kids, you know, if he hasn't really met them, I know his wife has relations that come and visit on occasion, from what I hear, but I haven't seen them visit a lot, or I haven't heard of them visiting a lot. Yet you don't know where to go when you do that, right? Well, that's less than ideal. Because if it doesn't know where to go, it's not going to go anywhere. So the earlier thought that Swanky had was something along the lines of lighting it all up. Come on. And then just the thing just constantly goes around, right? And then as it goes past different spots, it makes noises, right? And I forgot a light, but whatever. Great. Oops, sound's not doing it. Great, but I was kind of hoping to not trigger it to go around unless somebody pressed the button. But that's where we run into a little bit of trouble. The other thing I was hoping of was to be able to have, at the point at which it stops, is where things go ding. So I might get pistons involved, maybe? That's interesting. It just stopped. Because I didn't touch it. I get that my loop is a little bigger than the one that Spanky had sent me in his picture. He'd also had 4 carts going on his. Yeah. Well, that's it. What I was thinking of doing is somehow adjusting this so that it spirals upwards, or well, down from above. Now, down from above is a problem because then you've got a gravity feed on the cart, so it just keeps going faster and faster on its own, and we don't need that. One of the other thoughts I'd had potentially was to make use of a drop, like a straight drop, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Hey, you can stop now. Oops. Oops! There, stop you over here. There we go. Alright, what I'd like to have happen in a Magic World would be the pressure plate gets stood on, which powers stuff at the top. The idea being the guy's thinking, and so during his thinking process, you can have the cart clinking and clanking its way all the way around, you know, doing whatever. Not zigzags per se, but like around in circles. And then as it gets to the bottom and he's done thinking, in quotes, you know, thinking, then it just goes ding, and you can press the button to get your stuff. Now that's my magic. Do I know how to do that? Not in your life. So I was thinking maybe you're trying to take a page out of the rail system that we've got going on Java, but that one has more work to it. Yeah, me too. This is part of why I'm derping around, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Rid of the lights for now. Oops, no, not that way. Come on. There we go. I'm going to intentionally have this fall off the rails. Of that. And then, let's see, button. Button, where did I put the button? But I'm trying, yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, there's probably ways to do this, and I'm sure if I got the masters to do it, it would make a heck of a lot of sense. That's not going to power the rail. I don't know if I can power the rail that way. Nope, and it pulls off the button. Okay. And it would have to be a sticky piston anyways. Ah, you. Thank you. So I haven't got the clue how this rail's working. Another thought I had was if I have block up back so it actually knows where it's going. You can tell it to go somewhere, right? Well, at the end. Which is great. So in other words, if I've got redstone coming up towards up there, and then I've got the cart on top. Come on, you. There we go. Right, we could power that. Which is so far so good. And what if I go upwards? Okay. Try to think in terms of this one. By the way, the button thing, it would probably be the plate triggering the whole deal, because then you'd stand on it while it's thinking. Hmm. Easiest way to do this, I mean, in simple terms. Sure. This. Oops, that wrong. Paper. That's better. One. I'm going to name this separate for the first 9. Hey Sophie, how are you doing today?
Hello.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Welcome in. I am highly confused as usual. I'm dirking my way around into... I can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. I'm dirking my way around learning redstone by the seat of my pants. So yeah, it's one of those days. I built a very large cabinet where there's going to be fortunes in there. And I'm just playing with a method on how to actually get them dispensed in a sort of creative way. But it's not that I have to do it complex, it's just that it's kind of fun to do it complex with all the noise that that creates. No, I'm not marking 27 of them, I'll just go with a dozen. Just so that I've got a few extras to work with. All right. Well, that was highly useful. Let's just do it this way. So we've got 1 through 9. Will fit in there. And let's get... Ah, good, that's how I get there. Excellent. We're good. My Discord's definitely found on the About page. If you want to go and find it, go right ahead. No guarantees one way or the other. I'm in the process of working out what my brand is before I even look at hiring someone for arts and so on. So just give you the heads up that it may or may not actually happen, depending on what my branding looks like. I've been at this for over a year, but unfortunately, have not yet figured out a niche of what is really sort of me. So yeah. Okay, where are we here? I don't need anvil, so I can get rid of that. Nope, don't need that. All right, so we've got 9 in here, and it's easy enough just to like hit a button and spit one out, right? And the idea also will be that the next batch, for example, would end up in there. And then as we go around, one gets spouted here, then the next one would fit in. Well, actually, we're gonna have a bunch in. I guess that's not gonna work too well, but I'll pretend that's gonna work because they won't stay in there. I mean, 10, 11, and 12 will end up in the hopper real fast. So, so truthfully, they're actually just sitting in the 9. But I'm actually wondering about potentially trying to power things so that it starts down here. Where did I put that wool? There we go. But it starts down here and then moves around and up and then just ends down there again. but I'm not quite sure how to do that. Here's something I never really tried before. I don't know what happens if I try to put a minecart like there. So you can't really force it. So let's throw a couple of rails. Just because I've never tried this. And I see people who do, what do you call it? Can't think of what the word is. Roller coasters and such. You see them putting stuff on, and then they just like have it fall off the edge. I've never done that. Yeah, so if you get it slow enough, it just falls off crooked. Right? And then that could send it all the way around. But the thing is, if I've got it coming at speed, you know, let's throw a couple more down here. One, come on. Let's go up. Oops, not that one. Right, and then we rail all of that, hypothetically. Come on, you. There we go. If I put a card on here, and then give it that nudge, it'll miss entirely, I'm sure. Come on, you. Really? I've been creative, isn't it? Oh, ouch. Can you tell I don't use creative all that often? Yeah, so it misses entirely, so I'd have to put a far wall on that. It's not impossible or improbable, but it's not ideal. Okay, so in theory then, if I put one here, it'll probably go all sideways, right? See, like, this is the sort of thing I've never tried. Bonk. Okay. And then what? And then let's just say I did that with a button or something. You go all the way back up to the top. Huh. Okay. So we're kind of getting somewhere. But the problem, part of it is that if I have it go like ding at the bottom with some sort of, say, a detector rail, then I don't have the power rail to get it going again. Right, so not a thing. I don't even have any clue what a comparator would do with a power rail. Probably not much. So if I had the comparator coming out of there, hey, Grief.
Hello there.
Hello there. Yeah, that does nothing. How's Grief doing today? Good, fine. I'm going to guess afternoon or possibly evening to you. Yeah, we're looking at 7 or 8, and possibly. How's your day been, future man? Any good? I just shoved this across there. And that doesn't even recognize that it exists. Okay, so that's pointless as an idea. Ah, Oops. All right. Okay. So the drop is a possibility because then we can get it buttoned to start again. And then technically you're getting one of the 9 that was in there from before, but it would make all its noise and then come down to the bottom. So I might be able to put potentially a detector off this side that goes ding at the top. No rest for the weary. So where my brain's going with this one, let's take all this stuff off. I have to break it or my head doesn't see it mentally. Okay, let's go up 2. But it has to have a regular rail there, otherwise it won't. If I power this section like this, then it would power the basic one, which I don't want. And the other question is, how long do I want the route to be? If I don't want this, go down another one. Oops. That goes straight on the corner and then up here. Okay, so hypothetically, now my next question is, how far can I get this to go? I have no idea what I'm doing today, Creef. I'm just kind of playing with Redstone. I've never actually done this. Depends on the Parisian you get. Some of them are kind of arrogant, and some of them are fairly nice. And Essex Sherlock Fox has had good luck with the nice ones, but yeah. I hear some of them are really quite fussy about foreigners. It may depend on where you are, and what I mean by that is you can't have decent luck in a restaurant, but that said, that may not be the case for everybody. It could also be the district he was in was more used to foreigners than other portions. That's also a possibility. What I'm going to do is make a loop out of rail and then see where I've got to put the power to make it actually go. Okay, so about in here. Boot that, make it a power. And I shove it off the end with that. And it gets stuck coming back, so I have to make sure I don't do that. Oh, Well, yeah, can't power the rail that isn't. Yeah, that doesn't work. There we go. Well, that was interesting. I didn't expect that. Blank stairs all around. Goodness gracious. What on earth could you possibly have done that would get you yelled at in any language, French or otherwise? Please tell me you didn't try to tip. That's probably another one of those ones. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, they're tired of people migrating to their cities. Gotcha. Yeah, Frank, Fantastic Sherlock Fox says, I've never had them yell at me. Lots of ignoring me, though, even in the core of the city. Just being there. Okay, I can follow that. Kind of like a rude version of people, and they're just kind of the step above stupid foreigner. You know, that sort of thing. interesting thing about, I shouldn't say the interesting, one of the things I noticed about French was, or the French people, was I saw YouTube on the internet where somebody was deciding that they've seen enough of the videos where you've got a European descendant person who is able to speak one of the Asian languages and then wows people in Asia a little bit, not necessarily a good way, because they know what's being said when the other person's talking about them. And so this video I watched was somebody who decided that they'd seen enough of those videos and they were going to try it themselves in a European language, and they chose French. That turned out to be a mistake because the individual in question, the person was kind of not necessarily the world's most polite, but also doing that in French, it was just rude in the first place. So anyway, someday I wouldn't mind doing Paris as a tourist, but yeah, I'd hope that it would be a little more settled when I had that happen. Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brave, I don't know. I'm derping my way through this, and I'm very open about the fact that I don't have any clue whatsoever. So I would probably have our friends, Arch Thunder or even Swanky Potato and plenty of others with just their face palm going, oh my god, she doesn't know anything. But hey, that's what we're here for, right? Learn as we go. Okay, I just counted a number, then I forgot it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the 8th rail. So 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting up to the top too quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna have to straighten this out. Yeah, I'm gonna straighten a lot of this out. I don't think I like it. I don't mind the top being flat and then dropping it down at the end. And the drop could even be from the top. I'm fine with that. It'd be kind of cool, actually, if you could get it to detect on the way by during the drop, but not likely. Alright, so let's take this stuff out. Oh, a mess. I mean, you said I was brave earlier, and that's what I think of.
Bravery is by far the kindest word for stupidity, don't you think?
That's probably where my brain really works. The end goal of the exercise. I don't know if you've seen it, Creef, but this is sort of the frame of the inner box for the weird large statue I built at Spawn. So, I wish I had a picture. I should have taken a thumbnail. Well, anyways, I've got a box that's basically 20 by 20, and then on top of that is another 20 by 20 box with the top portion of a wandering trader. So he just has his little arms down and doesn't do much. And I built him in a quite large, like I wouldn't even say 1 to 8, whatever it is. Like, you take a look at a pixel representation of a trader's head, and I did a 1 to 1 on that. Pardon me. Oh, duh. Sorry, I did a 1 to 1 on that. And so that gave me a very large box. He's going to be, in essence, a fortune teller. So at the end, the whole thing is going to go all the way up and steal sort of a replacement paper from a chest. Doesn't have to be that corner, be wherever. And then it's going to drop down here and replace whatever's in here. Truth is, I might even actually have it go ding just before it falls off the edge. But then the idea is you're standing on the pressure plate to pressure the first part of it, and then it does its whole thing, and then it goes ding, and then you can come over here and press a button, which just will spit out a 1 in 9 random piece of paper. So yeah, Swanky Potato had a neat design with 4 chests where, no 4 chests, sorry, 4 minecarts, so I just went round and round in a circle. And so they were constantly moving, and then when you pressed your button, you never knew which paper was going to come in next. And we had a good discussion about how, after all, I suppose all that randomization isn't really necessary. So that means then that it was a bit of overkill. There we go, yeah. So let's see how long I can make this. If I spiral it the slowest way possible all the way up to the top, then see what we can do with it at the end. Yeah, so that's the idea. The reason I'm doing it this way rather than just, hey, come on up, look at the statue and press the button, is because if you've ever seen the movie Big with Tom Hanks, I don't know how many people have, or sometimes they even had them in old carnival parks and stuff, where you go and you put your coin in and the gypsy thing or whatever will dispense your fortune. That's the idea I'm working with. And it doesn't even have to be wool, I'm just using that for convenience sake because that's what I've got handy. When I actually do the thing, it might actually be done in glass, just so that if we open up the box, then people can see what's going on. So I might have like an employees only door, or the if you come in here just don't touch kind of door. Oops. So I don't know if this is even going to work, but hey. One of the other things that Swanky had used, which I thought was kind of cool, is I've never used detector rails or activator rails before. And he used detector rails to set off note blocks. I'm too cheap for note blocks. But, oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. Well, we can go around this part. Aha! Let's do it this way. And we'll see what we can do with it. Loop. And it also dictates which side has the employee door on it. I mean, I know I'm by default going to my right, it's just more of a habit. But I mean, it could go off to the left, I suppose. I could make the spiral in reverse. I could also make it do like a whole bunch of zigzaggy stuff. Okay, so it's 8. I'm also being cheap with materials because in the Java world, on DC's or Diecraft 73's SMP, I don't have a whole lot of materials. I just never really got there. So that said, if I don't have to spend stuff, I won't. I know now that sounds like I'm being cheap, which it is, but what I also mean by that is that Fantastic Sherlock Fox has done a great job of mining diamonds and is happily splitting the quantity between the two of us. But if I don't have to, I don't want to spend it. I like the mining diamonds part. I didn't take much time for it this season. I actually don't have a mine. I don't have a mine at my base, weirdly. Part of the basic reason for that was A, I went with the villagers first, and B, that since I had, this I got to figure out because that's going to need more rails. And B is that I started making a mine, or no, actually I started clearing out a section and unfortunately found quite a lot of skulk with eventually using some free cam cheatiness. So found some shriekers to go with that. Not my cup of tea, as you can imagine. So I temporarily freaked myself out and took a break. Started to work on other projects that were based off of materials that were either donated or I already had in storage. And yeah. That's where we got to so far. Okay, so I need more rails to power this, but I want to see how far these things get first. Let's see. Okay, I'm missing a lot here because I'm yakking away. Let's see. So Tiz was curious to know what Creef really enjoyed about Europe, and he really enjoyed the sightseeing in Paris and the food he had. And when Tiz travels, she loves to take public transit and walking because you do get a better feel of the city rather than taking taxis. Better for the wallet too. Haven't tried bikes. Creef was in Paris the day that the Tour de France ended, so those e-bikes are awesome. He highly recommends them. And where are we here? What foods did you enjoy the most? Did you try something new or find a new favorite? Beef carpaccio. Not ever really enjoyed it, but on this trip I had a couple of times. Wow, you're gutsy. I could never really quite get myself into that. Mining diamonds is such a chill activity. Someone said they wish there were other ways to get netherite and diamonds instead of just mining. I'd be sad if they changed it. It's called Minecraft after all. Creef says that all the roads to the middle of the city were blocked, so traffic wasn't bad. Yeah, I guess from that point of view, as a tourist or a cyclist, it works well. Maybe that could also have contributed to the attitude you were seeing. Ooh, this is actually working better than I expected. I thought I was going to need more. Aha! Oops. Okay, I guess my cart's gonna go around in circles, but that'll work. Yeah, beef carpaccio is not that far off concept-wise from steak tartare. And therefore not my cup of tea, but hey, to those that like it, this is the sort of thing you're gonna like. It's kind of neat. I would rather have, in all honesty, have like, say, satay beef. Oops. Oh, that's okay. Just satay beef is just cooked for me, and I like that better. But that's, everybody's got their thing, right? But yeah, I was wondering if maybe some of the unfortunate attitude you were getting might also be that Paris might be kind of tired of all the tourists that come just for the Tour de France and then go again. But also, from what I understand, it also can be a bit of a a panhandle magnet during that period as well, because people figure all the tourists are going to be nice to the people on the streets. Which I can understand how that might make some of the residents unhappy as well. Okay, so that there. Oh, that'll be interesting. I wonder how I would love to see a documentary on how that works out, the cleaning of the Seine, because the Seine is, yeah, it's had troubles longer than the Thames in England. And Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I have watched multiple different documentaries over the years on the Thames and England's advent of sewer systems. So yeah, it's getting pretty gross. Oops. This one's got to go around because we're not quite done yet. Hello and welcome in. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. I am derping my way through learning / figuring out Redstone. I shouldn't say for the first time, but there's a lot of stuff that I have never done in Redstone, so I don't have experience with it, which means that I'm trying things as we go. Even what may seem obvious to some may be new to me, or at least something I'm not comfortable with. So what I'm working on, this is the interior mock-up of a box. I wish I had a picture. Okay, let me just get the other. In the background, I'll fire up the other version. Yay for Prism! You can do both at once. See if I can get not dead, though. That might be a bonus. Launch. Launch. I'm not even at spawn in the other world. Okay, we'll get out there. But what I built in Dadcraft73's server for patron members, there we go, Patreon members, is a very large representation of a wandering trader who shall be used as a, well, for lack of a better term, the gypsy individual inside a fortune-telling type machine. And so this is going to be the mechanics inside that purposely drag out how long it takes a cart to go around. I sort of wish I had control over how loud the cart is. On the other hand, I know that I have messed around with shushing the carts for my stream simply because they are kind of noisy, so there's a definite possibility that some of the lack of sound could be what I've done for the stream, so I'll have to try and make sure I'm not muffling when I get back in there. Is it up yet? Not quite. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I will just quickly swap to see or show you guys what I'm seeing live. Where's the other screen? Okay, let's go with display capture. Yeah, it's probably easiest to do it that way. Okay, so we can take this one, F9, minimize. So I'm losing my view of chat. Oh, no, you guys need it too. Okay, there we go. So yeah, chat looks really weird on this screen. Sorry about that. That's just the way it goes. You lose me for a while. That's okay. Multiplayer Dadcraft. So Tis for Truth says, I was supposed to go to Europe this summer too, but one of the members of the group had their passport stolen, and trying to get that cleared up and to get a new one has taken almost 6 months. Still hoping to go in the fall. Wow. 6 months. My goodness. Oh, for those of you that are aware of my base, yeah, I've moved the portal. Oops, and I guess I should sleep. Didn't pay any attention to what time it was. So I'll show you guys the big piece and then we can get back to the creative, because, you know, I'm aware I can't get dead in creative, which is kind of handy. And it appears to be that I'm the only one on the server, so I've got to keep an eye on that. Make sure I've got a bed with me. Yeah, got one. Okay, we're good. So the portal used to be over here, and it will come back. So when you came out of the portal, you open a little fence, and then this is the first thing you'd see. But I moved it over yonder, which is basically just the inside of my castle. So it gives you a straighter run through here, which strangely doesn't feel as claustrophobic. But Paris is one that I would love to do as a tourist. Though here's the thing. I'm one of those people, I know it's going to sound weird, but I'm one of those people who likes to do things, how do I put it this way? The local way. So what I mean is, yeah, there's all kinds of things that tourists do, which is great, and you don't want to miss those. But at the same time, spawn, here we go. Oh, can't fly with a bow. Try that. But at the same time, it's touristy. It's all trumped up for tourists. I shouldn't say all, but a lot of stuff. Whereas, I actually like traveling with somebody who lives in a place and just hang out with them doing some of the stuff they do day to day. So I'm looking forward to my trip to Ireland for that very reason. Not to mention, there's some silly stuff I want to visit with my father-in-law. Things like, he's got 2 robot lawnmowers, or at least one anyways, and he named them, but they just drive around and mow his lawn. Like, I'm kind of curious to see what he's got going there. But yeah, like, I think Tiz, you would really enjoy parts of the UK because they have a weird little law system that if certain paths are walked, I can't remember how many times, if it's a year, if it's once or twice, but they've got to keep the path used, and then the law says it has to stay open. And that includes ones that cross private landowners' property. So people aren't actually allowed to close down the walking paths as long as they're being regularly used. So that for people who love to hike and walk, it's kind of great. So this is the outside, but yeah. Okay, let's try F4. Here's my free cam. This is what I'm used to, which is part of why I'm having such problems in the other one. So this is in vanilla, and I haven't got the back done because I don't have the crying obsidian, but everything else, that's what I built. And so you can see the space down here, it's actually hollow, and we're building the mechanics to go inside. And the idea is you're going to stand on a pressure plate, probably at the top, near this thing, and then it'll actually probably run a fairly obvious line of redstone. We'll see. Could even be farther down, but anyways, the idea is then that triggers the carts that go round and round and round on the bottom, supposedly getting wisdom from this dude. And then when it goes ding as he's done thinking, then you can press the little button and it'll spit out a paper. So let's see if I can get a half-decent shot. Yeah, that'll work. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. So first off, I don't think I have a connected textures pack. I think options resource. Throw Faithful on, maybe. That's an old version, but it'll do for what I'm looking for. Let's try this. See what it looks like. Great, done. Back. Okay, that will do. It's actually better. And then, do I want... Oh. I just turned on the shaders, so that's going to be a bit of a delay. And as Shock Fox says, it should be amazing. His second partner was formerly with the Irish police, so they know their way around the cool sites. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't realize I'd moved my mouse that much and got myself spun around. So there we go. So this is the dude with shaders. Okay, so that should probably work. And I will grab a quick screenshot of that so that when people ask, hey, what you working on? Got it? Okay, fun. Where am I done there? See, I need to get the updated version of Faithful because I like that. It's got a lot of the similar textures without actually being fully non-vanilla. There's some stuff that's a little bit off. But yeah. All right. So let's get me somewhat safe, maybe? So then inside this space is where we're going to be putting all that foo-for-off from the other spot. Go. All right, cancel, quit. Now we're back to seeing what you guys are familiar with seeing, so I will just quickly swap back. And we are, once again, not in Faithful nor in shaders. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, is we've got the inside of that box is what we're building this crazy thing for. I'd love to have more noise out of the carts, but you probably won't hear much, so we'll see. The reason I shut down the carts is actually, and I'm going to show quickly how I did that. So you're not seeing it too well, but here I've got same plugin on this one as I do on the other one, although I don't think I have anything muffled here. Muffled? Oh, I do. Piglins, villagers, sheep, minecarts. There we go. So if I unmuffle that sound, then we'd hear them better. And so in short, I had it turned on because I was working on the, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, I was working on villager-run wheat farms with minecarts collecting underneath. And the problem with that noise, I guess, was that when you ended up with 3 carts doing their thing all the time, or even working on, what do you call it, a melon farm? Or what's the word, mumpkin that people are calling it, I guess? But when you build that, you just hear the cart lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, you know, and so I just said, okay, well, I've got this ability to shut down what's going on, so I might as well do so. Okay, where are we here? Yeah, locals do definitely know the best spots. They also know where to park, exactly. Well, Dublin is one of those towns that, once again, is old enough that people, that it's got a bunch of streets that aren't straight. It was not a grid city when it was created. Therefore, it's not going to have a whole lot of easy ways to do things. Can I get... Ooh, that'd be ideal. I can get back... If I can get back to the front, if that makes any sense. But I think I'm going to have to do the paper pickup, I think, from the back corner. And this one will not go up, because clearly it's the top. And this is wrong. Oops, now I got myself stuck. And I don't need that one, or this one. I may not need a line all the way up, but it's a mental thing. Okay, all the way up, and I need this one to finish there. I need that one to make sure it doesn't go all the way. Yeah, okay, I guess I do need these corners to get around. Okay. So then my thought, if this is working the way I'm thinking, is it would come around, and around about here, I would probably have, I was going to say a chest, and I guess that has to be in that corner. Where am I here? No, not a trapped one. That would be dumb in the extreme. Alright. So here, and then the cart could come by and suck up one. I think that'll work. So where did I get my corners going? Let's hope that works. I want to see first if the cart will even make its full loop. Oops, not that one. Right before. Yeah, so this back corner's wrong. Regular. Sure, okay. I've never guessed that Dublin could be that crazy. Yeah, it's totally nuts. Alrighty, just for fits and giggles, I think what I'm going to do, just for fun, is, if I can figure out how to do it now, where is predictions? I'm going to try and throw in another prediction. They've changed the way my bot works and looks. There we go. So inside it, things have moved around, and it's confusing me quite royally. Yeah. Alright. So I'm just throwing a prediction up there because I can, and we can actually do, will I get a chicken? And I know that's kind of cheesy in creative. Oops, I got this wrong again. I don't need this block, but, you know, mental tips and tricks and whatnot. So Tiz says, sometimes it can be a surprising location, like a garbage dump where the community, there's a community exchange. You can trade your junk for someone else's and catch up on the local news. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it can be really weird things like that. Or it can even be something like their favorite place to eat, and you go, okay, what's so good about this spot? But maybe it's something funky like, I don't know, Tesco's that has the absolute best, like maybe they've got the best, I don't know, in your mind, baker in the city, so this, a few items that are made on site are actually notably good. Like, who knows? It could be something funky like that. Around the front, we're one level from the top. So every time we go around this pillar chunk, things slow down a little bit, so that helps delay the whole thing, but I don't know if it's going to be too much delay to make it interesting or not. I'm kind of worried about that, but we'll just have to see. This is also a much longer loop than Swanky Potato had envisioned for. So yeah, it could be a little bit less than ideal. We'll just have to see. There we go. This one, that one. On, please. And that. Okay, so we're on the top level. Now this one, I don't know how far we've got to go before we add rails, because I don't have any clue how much momentum it's going to have. Somebody who's done this before probably would know, but I won't have a clue. Gonna bet we need another rail roundabout here, but I don't necessarily want it to go high-speed launching down that corner, so I'm gonna try it without and just see what we get. Okay, so will this loop actually complete? That's my question. Okay, that thinks way too long, so I've got to speed it up. At least double. And it doesn't make a whole lot of noise either. Yeah. Where did it go? And it stopped because I forgot to put one of those. Ah! Whoops. Okay, well, oops. That's okay. We'll get there. No, it's not a power rail. That's completely backwards to what we wanted, but here we go again. Alright, let's try the back ball now. Where are you? Where are you, rail? Okay, come up and get your thing. And I don't know if it'll actually grab something from that bin or not. Alright. Yeah, definitely have to go at least twice as many. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just finish up this wall, then we'll grab some eggs. Woohoo! So Geek Out has come up. Geek Out topic at the moment is 2 TV shows that take place in Washington, D.C. Considering we have at least one international, that's kind of an unfair question. That's okay. Eggs. Now, we're going to use these ones. Excuse me. Don't need pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so it's a 1 in 8 chance that we're going to get a chicken out of it, in theory. Now, I'm not really sure if this is going to work in creative, so if anyone has any complaints about it, then we can always run another one inside. Actually, let's just do this in Java. Let me just see, have I got the other one going? Launch. That's kind of cheaty for me to do it here. We'll do both. but I won't actually close off the prediction till later. How's that? Right? Good. Not loaded yet. Oh, okay. So, first off, what just happens if we do it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that would have been a yes if that was legit. But it's not. Go away, chicken. Boop. Hey. Hey. Can't just... Okay, fine. Sure. There, whatever. Okay. Just gonna take a look. Do I have... Yeah, I do. Okay, we'll just go with this one real quick. Blow at large, multiplayer in. They should probably sleep away. I'm being crazy, yes. Oh, that's not the one. This box. Okay, so we have 5 eggs, and I'm going to do it in here so that we can actually catch them and get rid of them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Prediction ended up the same. Okay, so the winner was chicken! And I have a chicken to get rid of. Where did you go? There you go. Come here. Burp. Goodbye. All right. There we go. I'm going to disconnect from this one. Connecting is fast. Rebooting it is not so much. So the egg prediction came out with not much. Rigged for Fox. It's not intended to be rigged for Fox. I even did it twice, sort of. Okay, so we need more rails. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, hello there!
Hey Bob, how are you doing? Fantastic Sherlock Fox? Pursuant to the Geek Out on Screen, the only one I can think of off the top of my head is West Wing. Can you think of any others? This one, it's weird, this last one feels like it's wider apart, but I don't think it is. Okay, let's see if that's enough to get our cart to go off the edge, because it didn't want to the last time. And I don't need this one. Ah! But Bob, you're seeing me derp for the interior of the fortune teller guy. Somewhere around here, I've got had a cart. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, is it gonna go? Yes, it's crooked, but it goes. Okay, so if I turn off this one, what happens? And the other thing is if I run... Oops. And I get... Come on. There we go. Fly. I run it thing all the way up the top. Will that keep the cart straight when it goes off the edge? More or less. It fell. Okay, good. Good stuff. So my thought would be something along the lines of the following. Let's see, where is... What's that for? I haven't the foggiest what that was for. I guess I had a thing I didn't know what it's for. Okay, so we've got this. Yeah. It's got to skip out by 1 just to make sure it doesn't touch the... Yeah, that's gonna work. I need to go probably out by one more. There we go. It'll actually probably come across the ground flat because this one isn't raised, but that's okay. And then that one.
Are you afraid of the dark?
May power. Oh, yeah. Try this with. I think that should. I don't know what that will do. Okay, yeah. That's gonna work the wrong way. That's not what I want. That's not gonna work the way I want. Okay, let's do this instead.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Where are you, silly cart? Okay, so I'm definitely going to need to double up further. Get the thing over. It's not that bad speed-wise, but it also needs some noise. Okay, so if I hop on this one.
Are you
Boink.
afraid of the dark?
Yeah. We'll no-go. I did know that. Part of me knew that. Nope, still no go. Because
Are you afraid of the dark?
all right. This works clearly, right? But I need to find another way of triggering it.
Are you afraid of the dark?
So that's a whole different problem. It doesn't have to go up very high is a good bonus. So if I take this block out, how do I want to do this? Do a block. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, let's go the other way. Nope. I can get the torch to turn off. That's a good start. It's not quite what I want. I want the other way around. Because that's not what I want. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is just for example purposes. Don't need that. No, not that. This one, can I see? Oh, there. Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Hello.
Sorry. Apologies for the overlap. Let's see, let's switch out the geek out. Wow, that's dark. Try that one. There we go. I am from Canada. Yeah, I'm from Western Canada. Okay, so we've got
Hello.
this one, which should be off, right? But that doesn't transfer things through to actually make the block do anything. It has to make that happen. Ooh. Riley Sheen and Lindsay Lohan. Oh! Yes, sorry. The previous Geek Out was two that had been arrested, and for family-friendly reasons I decided that was too dark. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out how to do is I need this block to stay there, but I also need to have that get powered. So I have to power this enough that it's going to make that rail move. Right? So if you throw a lever on, it makes things go. But that's not what I want. I have to get enough going on that block that it will actually make the cart do stuff when it ever gets back. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to have this plate on the outside, not on the inside. If I do the same thing here from the back side, that should do the trick there, which would get this to turn off, but that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe. Unlikely, but maybe. Aha! Jackpot! Perfect, okay. Still do the trick. It's way up there and I can't wreck it. Yeah, okay. It's relaxed and chilled. What have we got here? So, welcome on in. Yeah, welcome on in, Luke, and welcome on in, Connor. Good to see you. Thank you very much for triggering a Hangman game. So in order to play, one can type !guess letter for free. So guess letter, then guess the letter you want. And then if you're ready to guess the word, as you can probably figure out, !guess word. So the aim with this one is I'm going to take some of these out. We'll keep checking that box. But I'm derping through the redstone for a fortune teller, and hopefully it'll look okay. Hopefully. So the idea is we've got 53 papers in here, and we've got 12, 3 in here, and 9 in there. And the idea being that when we trigger this, and at the moment, the cart goes all over the place, and we're going to have to add some note blocks or something to it just to make more noise, because it's too quiet. I made sure I had it unmuted, and it still is just way too quiet. But it comes all the way up top, hopefully, and it should grab a paper from that bin, just sort of the thinking process, which takes too long, so I need to speed up the cart. Smacks into there, drops all the way down, and then would start feeding them into here, which is going to be full. But it picked up 4, which is good because it's only going to be able to have one filling in at a time on the hopper, so I think that's going to work okay. so I need to add more rails because the power on this is just not what we're looking for. So let's try 3, sure. 1 on the corners, and we'll go with 3 on these. Basically quad, I don't know. Math, math no work. And this one. And see how much faster that gets us. All the way around. I could put more carts on here, but the problem with doing that, of course, is now that I've got the drop at the end, we'd end up with more carts on top of each other, and that's really not what we want. Why do I have the empty space in the middle? I'm not sure. I don't know if I was going to need it. Did I get everybody except for the beginning? Okay. So let's try. I haven't got any in here. Let's throw 3 in here as well. Why not? Oh, that's problematic. Because I don't remember triggering that cart. Oh, ha ha ha. I just figured out how that happened. Never mind. Silly. Like, I didn't trigger that. Yeah. In all weirdness, he did. Okay, well, thank you, Trader, I guess. BBC Good Food Magazine. Ooh. And then I think America's Test Kitchen has one. And there's Cooks Illustrated out of the US as well. Where'd the cart go? We back at the beginning already? Okay. That's not bad then, actually, if it's back at the beginning already. I'm gonna trigger it intentionally. And let's see, do I have just checking to see if I have a stopwatch on here. No, I do not. Okay. I thought I had a stopwatch button, but I guess I don't, so we can fake it, I think, because it's not going to take us 5 minutes, so I can use the 5-minute counter. Pop up my message for 100 points. 10 minutes! Woohoo! So, if we can get this thing happy in 10 minutes, then I'll call it successful and we'll actually build it in the other world this afternoon. Okay, so we're going to start the cart, and I'm going to attempt to start the timer at the same time, if I can figure out where I put the timer. Okay, so you're seeing it on the screen. Okay, so it doesn't seem to start on the screen until we hit go. So what I'm going to do is this. Okay, I'm starting on the start here. We'll pause it right away so you guys can see. And go. See how long it takes to get back to the beginning. So when it lands down here, we'll stop the timer. And ballpark how much that was. Gotta make sure I keep seeing that part. Okay, so we're on that level. Picking up whatever slips we get in that period. And then stop. So we're a little shy of 30 seconds. That's a bit long. What I may end up having to do is pretty much turn the whole thing into Power Rail just to make it go faster. But that's one more test that we can do, and then we're out of here, I guess. Let's see, what if I add all the corners? Nope, that's not gonna work. Let's just triple it up on all of them. Why not? Why not? Because I can, right? We're gonna get some loss of power in there because we're going around a corner anyways. It's a good thing that there's a gold farm on this server. I'll just say that. on the DC server. And I can turn these other 3s into 5s if I need to. And this corner. So I'm really hoping to get the speed that I'm happy with, but the design in general, I'm fairly happy with. And let's put some more on this corner. Whoa, whoops. There. There. 3, that'll fire it off the end a little faster. Alright. Did I get all of them? I think so. It feels weird, like there's something missing from this back corner there, but there isn't really. Okay. So once again, I'll run it down to 4.5. Which maybe I won't. I'll just reset. Okay. So I was starting at 459 so that you guys can actually see it. And here I go towards the pressure plate. And go. Watching it go all the way up. The last one was just over 30 seconds. And this one's probably going to be about the same, is my guess. Which is a little bit disappointing. But hey, if the whole thing ends up being 27, 26, yeah, it's identical. Right? Because that's where we stopped the last time, 426. So my thought is then, aside from the start piece, even if we turn the whole thing into gold rails, it wouldn't make any difference whatsoever. Which is kind of silly. By the way, the trader just triggered it again. So it's kind of silly, but it might work. Okay, let's try. I've got detectors. How about... No, I don't want those. Yeah. Okay, for fits and giggles, let's see. 1, 2, 3... Oops. Come on, up we go. Just because I can, more than anything else. I don't think it's going to work. I think I might actually have to put something else up there. But hey, you never know. Okay, let's fake it with this one. Oh yeah, it does work, okay. Oh, wouldn't that be annoying? Wouldn't that be annoying? I might end up with note blocks after all, just because this is annoying. Hee. Let's see, one more here. Nope, our bells are cheap because I've got villagers. You run just one, and we will definitely find somebody to raid out to. The villager... Oh, the llama's triggered it this time. Okay, Wow. Yeah. I like having the rails, but not bells every time. That's gonna be a bit insane. Right? Yeah. Thank you, llama. The one side I didn't get them on. 1, 2, 3, and I didn't put them on the central ones. that's going to be highly annoying, but another option... Okay, so we're at the top of the hour. No, I don't want to do that. I want this. And can we do these? Oh, wow. Oops. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So the idea, if that works, is we'll see a progress bar going up the top as the lights go up. Okay. And this will be wrong down here anyways. This one. Yeah, so that's the idea, I guess. We'll see if it works. But yeah, we're right at the top of the hour. So this is a cruel and unusual punishment to finish the hour. If it works. So this would be where the light would be. There. This one. I don't even know if this is going to work. And then the last one will be here, I suppose. This one, this one. I'm only going to try this once, guys, because we're at the top of the hour, and we need to find someone fun to raid out to. Let's just trigger this just once. Hello. Okay, that does work. It won't be bells all the way up, trust me. Boink. Okay, great. Great. Excellent. So now I need to let people know how it's done. Like, not how it's done, but when it's done. Go press the button and it'll spit out a piece of paper. Alrighty. So, that's turtles all the way down. It would be mildly funny if I could do that. So that's what we've got for today. We've got this thing 99% done. So this afternoon we're going to be probably putting it in place in the real deal. Or at least gathering all the mats to start that. And hopefully we'll get everything put in. So we'll be back this afternoon probably about 7 p.m. Eastern. Which, if I can remember correctly, oh no, wrong schedule. If I can remember correctly, is 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which actually does come up on the screen. It says Minecraft style to be determined because it always says that, and that's because I never know if I'm going to do Bedrock or Java. But yeah, there'll be a couple of tweaks in between to this one, and then we'll get this thing built for sure in this evening. So, it's been great to catch up with all you fantastic people. Let's see who we have available. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. I just want to see what some of these people are up to. Looks like Ricky Roy's doing something a little bit different, so I think we're going to go with that one. So we've got... Okay, so the two that I'm looking at right now are Gutty or Ricky Roy. My guess is probably Ricky Roy. I think he's pretty chill. Well, not chill, pretty interesting. But he's launching something called Rocker Plots, a plot world. But if people preferred Gutty, then it would have been a launch of a new SMP called Challengers. So they're about the same, really. I think I'm going to hit Ricky Roy unless people have objections. And yeah, that's where we're at. So people wanted earlier on the Discord. There it is. If you have anything you want to drop in there, or topics you want to finish, continue, something you'd like to have brought up later, or something you'd like to see, please do let me know in there. And in the meantime, let's get this raid party started. There we go.
Mischief managed.
All right there. So we've got the various different emotes. Feel free to use what you like. Delenn and friends are dropping on in. Thank you very much to Scrublord for gifting a subscription today. I appreciate that very, very much. Also, where are we? I can't even talk today. Also, thank you to Fantastic Sherlock Fox, Luke, and Scrublord for spending your points. Also, thanks to Scrublord, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and Tis for Truth for being our moderators today. And special thank you to B Silverbee, Bobreen, and Springer Shadow, as well as Sophie, Creef, Toasted Brown, NPC Connor, and Luke for chatting with us today. So say hi to Ricky Roy. I will join you shortly, and I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye for now.